Hello, welcome to a Mobius Makes vlog. My name is Emma. I run a small business called Mobius Makes, and today in this video, I'm going to be taking you along with me as I do an art booth event. This event was the Tumwater Falls Fest here in Tumwater, Washington. So yes, enjoy this footage of me at my art booth today, and then after I show you the footage, I will talk about my experience with it and how it went.
Hello.
Hi. So it's the day after the event. I got back, the event was from 10 to 4, so I got there at, what time? I got there at like 8:45, I think, and then set up. I was all set up on time, which is great. I was by myself, so I did have to ask for help with my canopy, but that's the only part that I need help with, just because it's like, you have to pull it apart and it's really difficult sometimes. And then the event ended at 4, but there were still a lot of people hanging out, so I didn't really start packing up until like 4:30 because I actually made 2 more sales after 4 because people were still walking around. I think I got back here, I went out to dinner with some friends afterward, and then I came back here, I think at like 6:30 and was just out. Like I took a nap and I think I woke up at 10:30 because I was just dead. Like I was exhausted. Yeah, so it was a very long day yesterday. And the reason for that was because there were a lot of children at this event, and nothing against children. Some children are fine, but some children are a little bit wild. It's fine. Nothing happened. The children didn't break anything or steal anything. It's just very stressful having children come up and kind of like mess with all of your stuff and like go through all the stickers and mess up the stickers and like where the stickers are. Trying to keep an eye out and making sure they're not like sneaking stickers into their pocket because they're so tiny and like really easy to steal. And so I worry about that a lot. The sticker shelf is like, I'm like sitting here and the sticker shelf's like right next to me, so I can keep a really good eye on it because I do worry about the stickers. So I don't ever put the stickers like farther away from me because I don't want people to, be able to kind of like walk by and discreetly grab stickers without me seeing. And it was very busy. So like I would have people like in my booth, and then I'd have people outside of my booth waiting to come in because it was so crowded. Very busy day, but that also means I had an incredible outcome. And so all of the work that I've put into my products and making stickers and everything throughout the week definitely paid off because I did exceed what I had wanted, and so I'm very happy about that. Overall, it was a pretty good booth. I didn't get any videos of the event because I was there by myself all day, and so I did not have the ability to walk around and actually see the event, but I could hear an accordion at one point, and I also heard like I think a violin or something. Like they obviously had performances going on. I saw a lot of people walking around with coffee, and I was so jealous because I really wanted to go get a coffee. But again, I was there by myself, so I couldn't just like leave my booth. I did have to go to the bathroom twice, and luckily there was a staff member that was like, hey, I know you're here alone, so I can watch your booth if you ever need me to. And so I did have to ask her twice to watch my booth really quick while I went to the bathroom because again, there were just people there constantly. Like I didn't really get, if I did get a break, it was like for 30 seconds or something. And so it was very busy and a little bit overwhelming. But yeah, I'm so sorry I didn't get any videos of the event because I really wanted to. Ideally, I like to have somebody with me, maybe not for the whole entire day, but just for like an hour. That way I can take an hour break, kind of like a normal job, a lunch break, where they can kind of watch my booth for an hour and then I can just like walk around and look at the other booths. I really like to interact with all the other vendors and kind of see if they're local, try to make friends, follow people on their social media. I also really like to do art trades and talk to the other vendors and ask if they want to do an art trade because that's something that's a lot of fun. And as someone who, you're like making money that day, so you don't really want to like go spend all of your money at this event. So it's really fun to do art trades because then neither of you are like spending money, you're just like trading some of your artwork. So you still get to go home with something new that you didn't actually buy, but I wasn't able to do that yesterday because it was busy and literally none of my friends were available to come hang out with me. And as you probably know, I live in Washington and all of my family and close friends, my best friends, all live in Idaho. And so they're 8 hours away. And so I don't have the luxury of being like, hey mom, do you want to come with me? Because my mom would definitely come with me to the events, and so would my sister and my friends, but they're not here. So that, sadly doesn't happen, but that's also the reality of being an artist and doing the art booths is you have to be comfortable doing them on your own. And I am comfortable doing them on my own. It's just hard when it is a longer event, like this one was 6 hours, not being able to have that kind of like break that you kind of need from like interacting with the customers, especially as someone like me who is a little bit of an introvert and my social battery drains pretty quickly. So like for the first few hours, I was pretty ambitious. I was talking to people, I was having a good time, and then I just kind of like hit a wall and was just kind of like ready to just sit there and just nothing, right? And I can't do that. I need to keep talking to people, and it can get a little bit exhausting and overwhelming. And there were a couple of moments where I kind of felt a little bit of panic creeping in, especially when I had like 6 children like all rushing around like my stickers and stuff. It really stresses me out. Children are definitely a very overwhelming thing for me, and it's very ironic because I sell coloring books and a lot of children like coloring books. Which, I mean, the adults do too, but yeah, so sometimes my booth in general, just from probably the videos that I've shown you, and in my opinion, of course everyone else might disagree, but my booth looks very kid-like. It's very like bright and colorful and very cheery. It's not very minimalist. It's not very beige. It's green and pink and purple, and so it attracts a lot of children, which makes sense. So my bad, but regardless, usually I'm okay. Yesterday was just really stressful for some reason, but the sales that I made was definitely worth it, and I slept so good after that event. I am always so ecstatic when people actually like my stuff and I do make sales because it reminds me that I am a good artist and I am a professional. It is fun to do these events, even if it is exhausting. This is the sticker shelf for reference. I'm sure I already showed you a video, but like, oh, I don't have my sticker pack, but yeah, this is the sticker shelf. So it only has like 2 sides, but it spins, right? and the spinny thing like keeps getting stuck at the bottom. And so instead of spinning, it kind of like slides around on my table. But you know, little kids aren't paying attention to that. And so they're just like trying to spin it. And I can literally see it like slowly trying to like slide off the edge of the table. And oh my God, it's so stressful. So I need to figure out how to fix this freaking sticker shelf because it's stressing me out too much and I can't handle it. I've had people suggest, oh, you should do kind of these little boxes that you would use for storing jewelry or whatever. And then you just put each sticker in each box slot, kind of facing like this, you know, like upward slanted. That's a great idea, except that I spent $70 on this and I don't want to waste money. I honestly can't afford to just buy new stuff for my products, at least not right now, because as you probably know, if you follow me on other social media accounts like Instagram and TikTok, I am in the process of getting divorced and I'm living in an apartment all by myself, so I can't really afford to just buy new stuff for my business, especially when I already spent so much money on this and I don't want it to go to waste. And it's beautiful and cute and I get a lot of compliments on it. It just can be a little frustrating sometimes, but it's just something I need to work out. Here's Pumpkin. I also wanted to share that at the booth, I got so many compliments on my cat bookshop. A lot of people looked at the price. I am selling it for $250. A lot of people looked at that price and were just like, whoa. I know it might seem steep, but I work on these cat houses for like a week. I have to use my imagination, come up with the idea in my head. I have to build it out of the box, which actually takes quite a bit of time, right? Yes, it's a box, it's a cardboard box. I'm recycling it, I'm still building it, okay? And then I also have to paint it, and then I have to make all the stickers, and I have to come out with all the sticker designs, and then I have to draw the stickers and print the stickers, and I cut the stickers and put them on the cat house. It's a lot of work, and I put a lot of time and energy into them, and I try to make them really well. It's not just a piece of trash, it's actually a really nice cat house. If it was made out of wood, I think people would be a lot more understanding about the price, but I am not a carpenter. I do not have a wood shop, I do not have a saw, I cannot make I can't make these things out of wood. Maybe someday in the future, if I have a little house and like a workshop, I could do something like that. But I'm literally living in a 300 square foot studio apartment, and so I cannot do that at the moment. If you are selling things at a booth and you do get those, you know, looks from people like, whoa, that's a lot of money, please don't let it discourage you. One person's opinion or multiple people's opinions, hundreds of people's opinions does not matter. If you think your artwork is worth that much money, that is how much it is worth. And do not sell for less. Do not settle for less. Take this from somebody who did that in the past and sold paintings that I spent hours on for like 50 bucks. I'm talking a huge painting I spent 10 hours on and I sold it for $50. Don't let other people discourage you and make you feel like you should, you know, not charge as much for your art. You know how much it costs. You know how much it's worth to you. Stick with your prices. Just do it, okay? Listen to me. I did get a lot of compliments on the stickers. People really love cats, obviously, and my booth is all about cats. A lot of people do also. This is crazy to me because I feel like my coloring books are a little bit underpriced because I put a lot of work into these coloring books. Every single page, I sketch it, I draw it, every single page, right? I imagine up the scene in my head, the same thing I do with the cat house, right? I put together these coloring books. I buy them from a company for a pretty large sum of money because I have to buy in bulk, right? So it costs me a lot. And then I have people that come up and they, you know, ask how much the coloring books are. And I say, oh, they're like $20, you know, they range from 18 to 22. And they kind of, oh, like that's too much money. I don't know why I'm ranting. I'm so sorry. I'm not like upset with the customers or anything. I love the customers. Obviously, my business is nothing without them. And I love them dearly. And I wish I could sell the coloring books for less. I wish I could sell them for like 10 bucks or $6, but I'm not Amazon, okay? And people need to understand that. As a small business owner, you have to sell things for kind of a bit more than large corporations. And people seem to be a little confused about that. I can't sell my coloring books for $6. I'm sorry. If that bothers you, then go buy a $6 coloring book from Amazon, okay? Go get that AI coloring book. Go get that really crappy, shitty quality coloring book from Amazon if all you care about is the price. My coloring books are very high quality. They have thick paper. They were like handmade by me. They're one of a kind, unique, not AI coloring books. So I think the price is very warranted. And I honestly sometimes worry that I should be charging more because sometimes I'm like, I put so much work into these. Regardless, that's only a couple of customers. Most of the people that come up are completely willing, totally okay with the price, and they're like, oh, I want this, I want this. I tell people the price of my stickers. It's $3 for one sticker, or four stickers for $10, and people have never really complained about that price, other than, you know, the little kids that say, are these free? Like, no, nothing's free. And I did have one woman who came up and took one of my individual coloring pages that I sell and tried leaving the booth with it. And I had to stop her and be like, oh wait, like, are you gonna pay for that? And she literally thought it was free. And I was like, no, that's not free. I'm not just giving away free coloring pages. It's $2. It's a little awkward. I think the booth went really well. I do, you know, I had somebody tell me that my artwork looks like it's from Japan. Just the whole vibe is very Japanese. And yeah, so that was kind of exciting because I love Japan and I love kawaii, I think is how you say it, art and stuff. So I'm very excited to get that type of feedback. And then also I've had people tell me that my artwork reminds them of Adventure Time and my style reminds them of Adventure Time. And that's also amazing because that's kind of my intention with my art a little bit. Is Adventure Time is one of my favorite shows of all time. One of the products I sell is Adventure Time stickers, but they're like cats. So it's each character from Adventure Time but as a cat. And so Adventure Time is very near and dear to me. And so I love it when people are like, oh, your art reminds me of Adventure Time. I'm like, yes, I love Adventure Time so much. I'll quit talking now because I've been kind of rambling. If you have any questions about the booth and whatnot, let me know. I do want to make a video in the future kind of talking about all of the different supplies I have for my booth and like everything that I've bought for my booth to kind of make it better, because I think this was my maybe 7th or 8th booth I've done. I'll put a picture here showing you what my very first booth looked like, because the difference between that and now is insane. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and me just rambling about my booth. Thank you for all of your support, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.